Hello to the side and back. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tokiko Uzuru, also known as Toki. And yes, I have on a flower crown. And it is a few days after Halloween, so you know what that means. We're just gonna go. We're gonna be snacking on candy while we're doing this video. Today I thought was more of a tea time with Toki, but a different type of tea time. I have it resting on a wrapper right now, so we're good. And today I wanted to go ahead and do more of a tea time with Toki, where I tried to do a video that's not completely scripted. I wanted to go ahead and give my honest to everything thoughts on specifically weight loss and what I have learned over the course of a few months since I ended up making my last video that talked about weight loss. What I didn't really mention throughout that video is like the mental hurdles that you would have to overcome in order to actually lose the weight and keep it off. And that's mainly because getting into specifics on mental health when it comes to your physical health, it's different for everyone, so I didn't want to go ahead and I didn't want to just be uneducated and not give out something that could help everyone, or like little specific things that I've learned that if you're somewhat like me mentally, it would be able to help you. Of course, as per the usual, we can't do tea time without the actual tea. So let's get started with things to know / remember before and during your weight loss journey. Of course, number one, it's a journey. Pretty much what you're gonna end up having to do is make sure that you're able to consistently stick with something. But always go for something that you can actually stick with for a long time, because of the fact that it's called a weight loss journey, because you're trying to change not only your mindset around food itself, if you're like me, but like you're trying to make this a life change. One thing I did point out in my last video is mental evaluation time. I'm gonna give an example just to make sure that we're understanding exactly what I'm trying to say. And I'm gonna get real. I got obsessed with counting calories to the point where I was able to see there was a problem. And then I just had to stop. Like the day that I saw that it was a problem was the day that I completely stopped. However, that does not mean I just ate anything. So what I ended up doing after I stopped counting calories was I would try to make sure that I'm more focused on, my main focus was to not overeat and also make sure that I get enough water. Speaking of which, were you not just drinking tea earlier? No, I was drinking tea earlier. However, caffeine and green tea kind of dries out your throat, and seeing as though I was reminded to drink water, this is my reminder for you to drink water. Completely off topic, but if you say all water tastes the same, you haven't been drinking water long enough. But yeah, I was trying to make sure that my meal portions were significant enough to where I'm satisfied, but not so small in which I will end up eating so much later on that day. One thing that always gets me is the amount of people that say, oh, just take sugar out of your diet and you're fine. Just do keto and you're fine. Just go vegan and you're fine. No. Might I remind you, Swedish Fish, regular Oreos, Sour Patch Kids, Twizzlers, those are all vegan. If you're telling a person to go vegan for their health, they can still eat those foods. What we're looking for are long-term eating habits where we won't have to be scared about food, which is the reason why I chose keto. Nope, wait, please, I'm not being hypocritical. Let me explain. Because of the fact that I wanted to research how my body specifically likes to deal with certain types of foods, my body type is literally the one that would probably benefit from being on keto. But after doing some research on keto specifically, I've realized that I don't want to do keto. So I'm loosely abiding by the main rule of keto, which is keeping the carbs relatively low while also having moderate fat and high protein. So the type of keto that I'm loosely abiding by is the high protein keto. And I'm just loosely going off of the high protein keto diet, which keeping the carbs, specifically grains, because that makes me bloated, low, more fruits and veggies because that's always suggested, my protein high because of the fact that I'm vegetarian and I need to make sure that I'm eating protein, and moderate fats, because what I didn't realize was I didn't eat that many fats before this. The main reason why I say that I am loosely following keto is because looking at the restrictions of keto, I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with that. I would be very scared of going off the yellow brick road, as to speak. But yeah, it's about to be those holidays during the winter in which you'll end up eating a lot more than you normally would if it wasn't those holidays. I don't want to be scared of eating food on those holidays. Now, am I suggesting for people to do the keto diet? No. I do believe you should do your research on like what body type you have or you are, what metabolic body type you are. Consult like a physician or a nutritionist. But with the research that I've done specifically about how my body reacts to certain foods, like again, grains make me bloated. I can't have too many grains. However, I really like fruits and veggies, especially in the morning. And I probably did need to start eating more eggs. And I think the last thing I would want to talk about is, again, with restriction. So this specific habit change that you want, or a healthy habit change that you want, is you want something that you can consistently stick to. Something that won't make you fear eating certain foods unless you have an allergy. But for me, one of the things that I was very scared of was eating what would be classified as junk food. So like chips, candy, cake, but calorically dense foods. I was very scared of calorically dense foods, especially if it has a lot of calories and not that much satisfaction stomach-wise. And I think the best thing to do is to not just cut out these junk foods or calorically dense foods that aren't as nutritious, which is one of the things that I did talk about in my last video, but to not eat them as much. So instead of thinking about not having that Coke or Pepsi, maybe having a small cup. Like instead of getting the large or super size, just get the medium. And one of the things that my gym teacher from ninth grade actually said is anytime he has a cup of soda, he will end up drinking 2 cups of water. Coming from a person that doesn't really drink sodas that often, I feel like that's fair. Overall, I think the best way to go ahead and deal with your physical health is not to forget your mental and emotional health as well. As I stated in the astrology tripod series, your physical, emotional, and mental health are just legs of a tripod for your spiritual health, which would be the camera in this case. So that's all I have for today. This was a very long unplanned video. I definitely went into way too many tangents for my liking. But I do hope that you enjoy this video. I also hope that this video was well informed enough for you to go ahead and try to make a decision, because all I want is for people to just be able to be as active as they would like to be. But it's about time for me to end this video. I am actually getting sidetracked by not only not having a script, I probably should script the next one. But yeah, that's about it. And it's now time for me to do the stereotypical YouTuber outro, where I, as a stereotypical YouTuber, would ask you to do the following. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below if there's any type of specific health things that you want me to go ahead and speak about mentally and emotionally. I know for a fact that I'm probably going to out myself a lot in this tripod of health series. They'll forever and always be going on, even if I decide to take a break from it. Don't forget, when you subscribe, to turn on the notification bell just to be notified of when I post, because I know the last few times I've posted, I posted a bit later than usual. And yep, that's about it. I have been Toki, and this is Toki signing out.